What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm building in the world of Strangerville and I'm actually building a Victorian home, which is something I literally never do. So someone suggested a while back, or actually commented on one of my previous videos, that they would really like to see me build a Victorian home. So yeah, I really took that comment and took the opportunity to get out of my comfort zone and build a Victorian house, because I mean, I've done it before, but only like once or twice, maybe 3 times, but I don't think even that. I just think once or twice. And it's definitely a long time ago. So I really needed to get out of my comfort zone and build a Victorian home. So that's what I did. And I'm building it in the world of Strangerville, which obviously this world is full of Victorian style homes. And I always really love building in Strangerville. I'm building on this area up on the hill, and it's the area where the bigger lots are, where the more expensive houses are. And I love this area. It's so gorgeous. The view is breathtaking. I love Strangerville. I absolutely love this world, but for some reason I never build here. Probably because it is so out of my comfort zone. It's so different to what I'm familiar with, and I don't know, it's just a little bit different. And like I said already a couple times, a little bit out of my comfort zone. But yeah, for today's house, for today's build, it was actually perfect. So I decided to just sit down and build in this area of Strangerville, and I mean, just look at the view. It's so gorgeous, and then especially with this reshade that I'm using, it just looks so good. It looks so vibrant and pretty and so different, and I just really enjoyed building this house. So like I said, I'm not very used to building Victorian homes. So I was working off of a reference picture that I found on Pinterest, and it's a very symmetrical house in a way. It's not 100% symmetrical, but it is fairly symmetrical. It's kind of boxy, and I just thought that that was something different for a Victorian house, because whenever I think of Victorian houses, I'm always tempted to go with something a bit more, I don't really know how to explain it. Something with like towers and that kind of thing, with like very pointy roofs, like that sort of thing. Something that looks a little bit more like a castle almost. If you know what I'm talking about, like if you're familiar with Victorian style houses, then you probably know what I mean. But that is usually the type of Victorian house that I will go for if I decide to build one. But this is actually also Victorian, but this one is a little bit more boxy, a little bit more square, if you will. It doesn't have like the towers or the very pointy roofs. It's a little bit different in that sense, but it's still Victorian. So that's why I was really drawn to this picture that I found on Pinterest. I thought it was such an interesting house. I think it was a sketch of a house. It wasn't an actual like photograph or anything. It was just a sketch of a house. So yeah, I took that sketch and I used it for inspiration, and I think that this house turned out very nicely. It's definitely something super different from what I would usually build, and I don't think I've ever really built anything like this. So yeah, this was very different for me, and I definitely enjoyed it. I was a little bit intimidated at first because, well, I mean, Victorian homes in general, they intimidate me a little bit. I always want to do it right, but I find them so difficult. So yeah, it's just a little bit intimidating in general for me to get started on a Victorian house. But if I have a nice reference picture that I can work off of, then that's already a little bit better. That definitely already helps. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just very happy with how this house turned out. I was struggling a little bit with the color scheme. I did not record all of that, but as you can see, I changed all of the window swatches to that orangey wood with dark green, that combination. I don't think I've ever used this swatch of these windows and doors before. These windows and doors are all from Strangerville, and then I used a couple of base game windows as well, but mainly the ones from Strangerville. And I don't think I've ever used this swatch with the orangey wood tone and the dark green, but it's so nice. It looks so good. So I was definitely enjoying using that swatch. And then for the rest of the house, I just used that white siding from base game, and I combined it with a darker black siding for the third story, but that's mainly because I really wanted to try and blend that in with the roof, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I did, and I think it looks very nice. And here I was trying to mimic the path that that's in the world. As you can see, the path that goes up to this lot. I was really hoping that I could one-on-one just copy that path, but we don't have that exact terrain paint, I don't think, or it's a combination of terrain paints that I couldn't figure out. Either way, it's not exactly the same. And I also couldn't find those little wooden thingies on the floor that you can see that that mark the pathway leading up to this lot. I couldn't really find those either. Maybe I didn't look hard enough. I don't know. I mean, I definitely looked. I think I looked for like 10 minutes in the debug menu, but I couldn't find them for the life of me, sadly. So I couldn't continue with that exact same path, sadly, because I really wanted to. But I tried to mimic it at least a little bit, and it looks all right. I mean, it's definitely not perfect, but I think it looks all right. So yeah, and then for the rest of the landscaping, I just went with nice bushes, and I also used some like cacti and stuff like that. Yeah, a couple of those plants that you can see around in this world, in the more like deserty world of Strangerville. So yeah, the landscaping was a lot of fun. And then for the backyard, at the end of the video, you'll see that I also actually at the last moment decided that I wanted to include a shed in the backyard, because since I'm building this house in Strangerville, I figured I needed a little place to put the listening device. Like, I really wanted to create a nice spot where you can work on solving the Strangerville mystery if you want to use the house for that purpose. So at first I was thinking, for the longest time, I wanted to place it on the landing area. This house is a 3-story house, so I really wanted to place it on the 3rd story landing area, but that landing area was way too small, so I couldn't fit it there. And then I decided to build a little shed out in the backyard, a little bit of a secret shed with a lot of like those weird Strangerville items in it. It has a listening device. So if you want to solve the Strangerville mystery, then you could use this house for it. And I think that that's a nice little addition to this build. Since I'm already building it in Strangerville, I don't know, I figured I might as well just use the Strangerville items for you to be able to solve the mystery if you want to do that for your gameplay. I've done that once. When I first got Strangerville, I did the gameplay for it. I played through the whole thing, and I thought it was a lot of fun, actually. So if you've never done it before, I definitely recommend you try and solve the mystery. I mean, it's not hard. You'll finish it. It's not hard by any means, but I thought it was fun. Like, would I do it again? No, probably not. But yeah, I still thought it was a lot of fun. So yeah, if you do have Strangerville, but you haven't played the mystery for some reason, maybe because it doesn't appeal to you, which I can totally understand. It's a little bit of a different thing for The Sims, but it is a lot of fun. At least I thought it was a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely recommend you play through it. And if you want to do that and you are playing with money cheats, then you could use this house for it if you want to. So yeah, that's a plus, I guess. But for the interior of this house, you can see that I got started with the living room. I just went for a very traditional Victorian type of interior, I guess. I use these very tall bookcases from Strangerville. I always love using these bookcases whenever I have the chance. They are medium wall height bookcases, though, if I'm not mistaken, or tall even. No, I think medium, because I'm pretty sure that this house is on medium wall height, the 1st story at least, or the ground floor, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on medium wall height. So these bookcases are medium wall height, and they're very tall, but they're so beautiful. I love using them. So I use them in this house because I have the space for it. And I think it looks really nice. I love the living room area for this house. I also use this herringbone floor. This flooring is from Base Game, and this swatch is actually one of the recently added swatches, and I think it looks so good for the interior of this house. I don't know, I was just really enjoying this house. And then you can see that I'm also using patterned wallpaper throughout the whole build, which is something I never do. I never go for the patterned wallpaper for some reason. It's just not something I go for because it's not something that I'm used to and not something I particularly like. But for a house like this, I thought the patterned wallpaper was perfect. I'm pretty sure that this wallpaper is from base game that I'm using. It could also be from Vampires, but I think it's from base game. However, I'm not sure, so yeah, I don't know. But yeah, for the kitchen, the kitchen is very brown and closed off, and I'm using these base game counters, as you can see, and this brown tile on the wall, and I love how the kitchen turned out. I was struggling with it for the longest time because I don't have a set dining room, so I really wanted to turn the kitchen into a kitchen and dining as well. So I was struggling a little bit with that, but it all fit in the end, and I think it looks very, very cozy. And then as for the storyline, for the longest time I wasn't really sure. This house is quite spacious. Like I already mentioned, it's a 3-story house. So what I decided to do is put the master bedroom with an ensuite on the 3rd floor. So there is a very nice like master, I don't know what to call it, like a master area or like a whole master story in this house, which is the 3rd story, and it's where I placed the master bedroom with an ensuite, and they also have a walk-in closet. It's very, very nice. Like, it's not that big, it's not like huge or anything, but it is very nice. And then on the 2nd floor, I was thinking of doing 2 bedrooms. I mean, there are 2 bedrooms, but I only furnished one of those bedrooms as an actual bedroom, if that makes sense. The other bedroom, I actually decided to turn that one into a skill building room. So I placed a little desk with a computer in there, so it's also an office. And then I put an easel, and then there is a balcony off of that room as well. So I placed a chess table on the balcony. So it's a little bit of a skill building room. There are a couple of bookcases in there as well. So you could always easily turn that into a 3rd bedroom if you wanted to. I just decided not to because, I don't know, for some reason I didn't really feel like furnishing 3 bedrooms. I thought it was going to be a little bit repetitive for some reason. I don't know. With this build, I just really wanted to do something different. So I turned that room that I thought was going to be the 2nd bedroom upstairs, I turned that one into a skill building room. So yeah, and it actually works out nicely in my opinion. And then for the other bedroom upstairs, I turned that one into a shared bedroom for 2 teenagers. So yeah, for the storyline, like I already mentioned, I wasn't quite sure, but then it hit me that I really wanted to do a shared bedroom for 2 teenage twins, or for a set of twins is what I'm trying to say. So I furnished that bedroom for a set of twins, and then I was kind of thinking it could be fun if those twins, if the teenagers are foster kids. I thought that would be an interesting take. It's not one I go with very often, but yeah, I was thinking that this house has a couple, 2 adults living in it, and then they are fostering these teenagers. And I thought that was a fun idea. So I gave the teenagers a shared bedroom. I was thinking that they're probably about 15 years old by now, and they have been staying in this house for not too long, like maybe a year or so. So I was thinking that since they're twins, I thought it could be fun if they were very good friends too, like they are inseparable, they always want to be together, which is why they are being fostered together. If that's how you say it, is that how you say it? I don't know, but you probably know what I mean, what I'm trying to say. So I was kind of thinking that these adults living here, they are maybe a bit of an older couple, like not elderly Sims, but definitely not the youngest Sims anymore either. So they're a bit of an older couple, and they're very nice, they're very kind, and they're fostering these twins. And I was imagining that when the twins first came here, their foster parents asked them if they wanted to share a bedroom or if they wanted to both have their own bedrooms, and then they would turn this office space into a bedroom for one of the teens. So I was kind of thinking that the parents offered that option. They were willing to do that. They were willing to turn this study room into a bedroom. But then the teens, they actually decided that they really wanted to stay together. So then they just ended up sharing a bedroom. And I thought that was a cute idea, that They are very close. They are very much inseparable, best friends. And also, I don't know, maybe a little bit trying to settle in still. Well, not anymore, probably. They have been here for, I don't know, maybe a year or so. So they are quite comfortable at this point, but when they first moved in here, they really didn't want their own bedrooms. They really wanted to stay together. They really wanted to stay close. And yeah, they still have that same bedroom. They still share this bedroom. So this bedroom is very matchy-matchy. I was definitely thinking that this bedroom was furnished all at once. So they got 2 of the same beds, they got 2 of the same nightstands, they got a matching wardrobe, stuff like that. And then this bedroom for the teenagers also has an ensuite, which is very nice. And then there is another whole bathroom off of the landing as well. So you could, like I already said, easily turn the office into a second or third bedroom, and then they would still have a whole bathroom to use as well, which is really, really nice. But yeah, this shared bedroom, I really, really enjoyed furnishing this room. I love the colors. I'm using these beds from Discovery University with the teal bedding on it, and I just think it looks so cute. It's the frame has this orangey wood tone, and then combined with that teal bedding, I just think it looks so good. So I just kind of took that orangey wood tone and ran with it. I used it for the nightstands, for the dresser, for the chair by the desk, as you can see. So yeah, I kind of just ran with it. Maybe I overused it a little bit, but I just really thought it looked so nice, and it definitely matches the windows as well. So yeah, that's what I went with. And then as for the teens' personalities, I kind of went for the standard personalities, I guess. I was thinking one of these teenagers could be very much into fashion and hair and makeup. So I gave her a couple of hair products and stuff on her nightstand and an extra little mirror above the chair. And then for the other teenager, I was thinking they could be a little bit of a bookworm. So I gave them a lot of books. I placed a couple of extra books on their nightstand. So yeah, I was thinking that one of them was more into fashion and makeup, and the other one was more of a bookworm and very much into studying and getting good grades, stuff like that. So they are a little bit different from each other, but still very, very close and inseparable. So yeah, that's, I don't know, as far as the personalities for the teenagers go, I guess it's not that interesting, but I had fun with it, and I had a lot of fun furnishing their bedroom as well. And then after the teenager's bedroom, you can see that we are moving on to the 3rd story. So the 3rd floor has a little landing area, as you can see, and then there is a door that leads into the master bedroom. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was such a cute idea to give the parents this whole like master suite all the way on the 3rd floor. I just thought that that was a sweet idea. And then for their bed, I also went with the bed from Discovery University, except this is the double bed version, obviously. And then for a moment there, I really wanted to go for that same orangey and teal swatch, but then I decided against it because that would just be a little bit too matchy-matchy and maybe a little bit weird. So I decided to go for this very soft pink color with a little bit of a, I don't know, softer brown wood tone, I guess. And I think it looks very nice in here. I just wasn't sure about the wallpaper for this bedroom. So it took me a while to pick out a nice wallpaper for this one. And then since the bed is in a pretty tight spot, I didn't really have the space for actual nightstands, so I decided to go for those little wooden stools. They're actually seats, but I just turned them into little nightstands with lights on them. I use those little wooden stools a lot as nightstands, actually, because they're just so perfect. They're so small, and if the bedroom is a bit smaller like this one, then it's actually perfect. They work perfectly fine. So that's what I did for this bedroom as well. And then I did not record all of the bathrooms because that would just be a little bit too repetitive. They are pretty much all exactly the same, or not exactly the same, but I did use the same furniture, pretty much the same color scheme at least. But I'll show you the bathrooms when we do a little tour of the house after the speed build portion of this video. But you can see that I am building a little shed in the backyard. So this is when where I decided that I wanted a little spot for the listening device. So I decided to just build a full-on little shed in the backyard, and I think it turned out so cute. So I was definitely thinking that one of the parents or maybe both, but I'm thinking one of them is working on solving this mystery, and it's been taking them years probably, but they're still working on it, and I feel like they're getting pretty close. You can see that this shed has been used a fair amount. It's very cluttered. There are a lot of papers and letters and stuff like that on the floor. So it's very, very messy. I placed a lot of books and just random little knickknacks that I thought would fit here. So they have probably been working on solving this mystery for years, and at this point they are coming very close to solving it. So I thought that was a cute little storyline idea. So yeah, this house is actually perfect if you are planning on playing through the Strangerville gameplay. Then you could definitely use this house, which I think would be a lot of fun. Maybe I actually want to play through that whole gameplay again. I don't know if it would be fun because I have done it before, but that's been a few years, so I don't remember everything that well, so maybe I should try and play through it again and then use this house. I think that that would be a lot of fun. Obviously, you would need to use cheats, like money cheats, because this is not a starter home by any means. It's extremely expensive, I think. I'm not even sure how expensive it turned out to be, but yeah. Given the fact that it's very big, has a lot of bedrooms, it has a lot of bathrooms too, so yeah, I don't know. I figured that would probably add up. I'm not exactly sure how expensive it is, but yeah, once again, we will check that out in the little touring portion of this video as well. So yeah, we'll figure it out soon enough. But for the backyard, they have a quite spacious back porch. As you can see, I just placed a couple of plants, and then I also decided to place a couple of planter pots. So you can do some gardening and use those pots so that your plants will be sheltered, which is always a nice perk if you're trying to grow certain plants or certain flowers that only grow in specific seasons. Once they're sheltered, they will grow in any season, so that's always nice. So I decided to just go ahead and place a couple of planter pots on the back porch so you can do some gardening. And then I also put a little woodworking bench in the backyard and a little picnic table. I also made sure to place a grill and these bug cases from Eco Lifestyle. I don't know why, I just thought they looked cute, and I don't know, it's just a different or just an extra little skill building item, gameplay item. I don't know, I just thought it was a fun little addition to this house. And then for the front porch, I made it quite symmetrical. I placed a couple of garden benches on either side, and then another little table with chairs, so there is an extra seating spot for your Sims to just hang out. And then I just placed a couple of plants here and there on the front porch as well. And then that is actually it for this video. So let's jump right into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the house in the game. Isn't this area just gorgeous? I mean, look at the view. Look at these mountains. It's so incredibly well made. I love Strangerville so much. Like, if you don't own Strangerville and you're looking for a fun world that's very different from any of the worlds we have in the Sims 4, then I highly, highly suggest Strangerville because it is so gorgeous. And one thing I didn't even know is there is a nice little pond where you can actually fish right over here. I mean, isn't this area just so gorgeous? It has a little waterfall and stuff. I don't know, I just love Strangerville for some reason, and I should definitely build here more often because I am a little bit obsessed. But yeah, this is the house and I love it. I'm so proud of this one, especially since I'm so scared of building Victorian homes. I think this one turned out very, very nicely. This is the facade of the house, and over here we have the backyard. This is where this little shed is located. There are a couple of skill building items here. We have a few planter pots on the back porch right here. And then over here, obviously, we have the shed, we have the listening device, we have a lot of clutter. It's very, very messy in here, but I love this shed. I think this is one of my favorite parts of this house, even though it's not even technically part of the house. But then when we go inside, we have this tiny little entryway. We have a very, very tall staircase because I did build this on medium wall height. But then we have an archway that leads right into the living area. And I think the living area turned out so cozy. I loved using these tall bookcases in here. It looks so majestic for some reason. It just looks so nice and so fancy. And then I created this little seating area, which you can't really use to sit on because I placed decorations on it, but I thought it looked cute. And then I used this couch from from Cottage Living, which I think looks very good in here. I use it in the white swatch, and then I combined it with a couple of chairs from Discovery University with a pattern on it, and they go very nicely with the wallpaper in my opinion, so I was really enjoying that. Then we have this gorgeous hanging plant from the new kit and a small TV. I was playtesting it, as you can see. Then off of the living room, we have this half bathroom. It's just a very narrow little half bathroom, but very nice and usable. And then through this archway, we have the kitchen and dining. I love this area as well. It's very brown, as you can see, but I just think it looks so cute. The kitchen definitely looks a little bit outdated, which is what I love about it. And I barely ever use these base game appliances. This stove and this fridge, I never use them. They're also extremely expensive. But yeah, I didn't really care. I just thought they looked so good in this kitchen. We also have the dining table in here, as you can see. Everything is kind of squeezed and kind of cramped, but I did playtest it and everything is functional, so that's nice. And then we have this little wooden bench in the corner over here. I just needed something to fill up the space and I thought it looked very cozy. Then when we go upstairs, this is where it gets a little bit complicated, as you can see. So we have the landing area, it's very small, and then off to the left of the landing area, we have the study space. So this is where I placed the desk with a computer. There are a couple of additional bookcases in here. There is an easel in here to do some painting, and then on the balcony, I placed a chess table. So you can definitely work on your skills in this house as well. And across from the office, we have the shared teens bedroom. This bedroom is very matchy-matchy, as you can see, but I love it. This is where the fashion and makeup lover sleeps, and then this is where the bookworm sleeps, and then they have this little shared desk in the middle. But if one of the teenagers wants to use this desk, then the other one can obviously go ahead and sit here and do their homework, or just sit downstairs or what have you. And then the teens also have this nice ensuite. It's nothing special, just a shower, sink, and toilet, but it is nice for them to have an ensuite. And then all the way over here, we have another bathroom. This is the upstairs whole bathroom. This one only has a shower, sink, and toilet, so nothing special, but still very nice and useful. And then off of the landing area, we have this little archway that leads to the second staircase, which leads us up to the third story of the house. So here we have another landing area, nothing special, just a nice couch and some decorations. And then this door leads into the master bedroom. We have a bed, obviously, we have their dresser, and then they have a walk-in closet as well. So there is definitely a little bit more storage space in this bedroom. And then over here, they have their ensuite. I placed a shower tub combination because I at least wanted there to be one tub for gameplay purposes. So yeah, this one has a shower tub combo, and for the rest, it's pretty much identical to the other bathrooms. But that is actually it for this house. So this Victorian family home is up on the gallery, and it comes in at just over 109,000 simoleons. So it's incredibly expensive, but I already predicted that. I knew it was going to be expensive because it is very big, very excessive. I did not hold back money-wise. So yeah, it's very expensive. But if you're playing with money cheats, it's the perfect house for Strangerville. And I think it actually looks gorgeous, especially because of this view. I don't know, I'm just obsessed with this world. But that's actually gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this build. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!